Hi friends, we are jumping into using the actual Lightboard software as part of today's adventure. And so you will receive in Canvas a LightLab tool and also a copy of a light plot, which I'll print out for you as well. And what we'll be doing is creating some simple looks and programming some simple cues in the Lightboard. Believe it or not, we're doing that today. So there is a sample LightLab file that you'll download, and also you'll get a copy of the light plot with it. I'll just have that all as a package that you can download off of Canvas. And then you'll need to go to the Launchpad probably and find EOS Family home screen, welcome screen. And it will ask you actually before this whether it's EOS or Element that you're looking for. Choose EOS and then choose offline when this pops up. And once you do that, it's going to launch. It's going to be awesome. And that'll take it a second. And then we'll load the file that I provided you, and I'll show you some setup, and you'll be able to write some lighting cues, which is okay. So sample LightLab, here we are. And you will need to open it, right? Mine is already open, but you'll need to open it. So you'll need to go to File, and this will be probably like this, and it'll probably not look like this at all. It'll look like just a whole bunch of blank screen. So you'll turn this little caret up, you'll go to File, you'll go to Open, you'll go to wherever you've downloaded it to. In my case, it's in Lighting Stuff. And then you'll open Sample LightLab. You'll say, do I want to open everything? And you say yes. So then you load the whole show. Then it will start looking more like my screen. The next thing we're going to do is open Augmented in a separate panel. So you'll have side by side, and you'll come over here, click on that little screen guy, pick the 2-column layout. And then over in this column, we want Augmented, which yours is probably not open at all. So when we hit plus, we're able to choose Augmented. And at that point, you'll have a little theater box with some little lights in it. You can use your scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out. You can click and drag to move around. There are more things you can do, but we're not going to get into that today. The other side, right, you want Live Table, and that's going to show you all of your lighting fixtures. We're going to switch to a slightly different mode so that it only shows you ones that you can actually do stuff with. So we're going to use this virtual keyboard briefly. And we're going to hit Flexi over here. And what that does is it hides everything that's not connected to a light. So now we have 1 through 6, 11 through 14, 21 through 24. And then we have some PARs that are top light. We have some color source psych fixtures, which are these lights across the back that are lighting this curtain. And then we have 2 moving lights that are down here on the sides, okay? Basic concept of programming is to pick lights and turn them on, right? So if we choose them either by clicking them or by typing in this brain doesn't know, or by typing it in, then we can say A for at and F for full, and lights turn on, okay? If you're looking at it, and I'm looking at it right now, and it's like there's a lot of ambient light, we can actually change that over here in the options. We go to light, right? We can change the beam intensity, so how bright do we see the beam, and we can change the ambient light to low or off in order to better show what we're actually going to see, okay? You can also push this intensity up if you feel like it. I don't know if that'll be necessary for you or not, okay? So now once we do this, you can't see the other fixtures, but we can, get them in other ways, right? So these are your top light PARs, and we're gonna turn these on at full also. So at is just the A button, and then 100. So now those are turned on. And you can see some top light, some sculpting that way. With anything that is a LED fixture, and these are LED fixtures, you also have control of things like color. And the way to get quickly to that is this pop-up moving light controls button. And so now I can just click and choose any color that I so adore, right? And pick a color, and it will mix to that color, okay? So that's the like quick version of how to throw some different color in there, right? These other fixtures, there are ways to change the gel on them, but there's not an easy way to actually assign color to them, right? So when I do that, then I have, you know, at full, all of these lights, okay? That's the basic idea. Once you have made a look on the stage that you like, and you can also get a lot out of these cyc lights. So 41T for through, 49 at 50, right? And I can just type 5 and it'll turn them on at 50, and then I can put a color in them again because they're an LED fixture, right? I can make them like blue or something, and then we can see what that looks like. They might need to be at full in order for that to actually read through all of this other haze. But once I have a look that I like, I can record it then as a cue. And the way that I do that is R for record, and then I type in a cue number. So this is Q1, and I hit enter. And now all of these values are saved in the light board, and this is Q1, okay? My next step would be to change something, right? So let's say I turn off the front light, 1 through 3 at 0, 0, enter, right? Now it's a very different vibe. And then I can record this as Q2. So R2, enter. Now I have 2 cues, and I can actually go back and forth between those cues, right? And so your spacebar goes forward, although it's saying spacebar is disabled in setup, Alt-G to enable. Okay, so to enable the spacebar as go, you hit Option G when it asks you to. To go to the next cue, you can then hit the spacebar in order to step through, and then to go back, you can hit Control spacebar, and it'll take you back the cue, right? There are other things that are really useful to change on your cues. So you can say cue, copy to, that's fun. No, cue. So the letter Q is the Q keyboard shortcut. Q1, I for time, 10, right? And that will make it a 10-second fade. Q1 is coming from 0, so if I say Command G, go to Q, 0, enter, I start with a blackout. And then when I want to see Q1, I hit the space bar, and it will take 10 seconds now to fade up. Now that takes 5 seconds, right? So those are sort of basic queuing setup steps. And I will sort of walk you through. I'd love for you to make like 5 cues. And then you can submit that little cue stack to me, and I will take a look at it. Thanks, friends. Bye.